On the savanna, African wild dogs control the hunt from beginning to end. They do not rely on bursts of speed, but maintain steady pressure until the target gives in. Other predators rarely withstand such a prolonged pace. Each stride is a precise calculation for survival. When the chase does not stop, who can endure to the very end? African wild dogs are among the most efficient pack hunters on the savanna. Each individual weighs only around 80 pounds, yet the pack moves as a single, unified body. Their large, rounded ears allow them to pick up signals quickly through tall grass and hot winds. Their coats, patterned in black, gold, and white, give each individual a nearly unique identity. In this world, strength does not come from size, but from discipline, speed, and cohesion. Lions are often called the kings of the savanna, a symbol of strength and territorial control. An adult can weigh around 420 pounds, far exceeding the roughly 80 pounds of each African wild dog. Despite this clear difference, both species compete directly for the same food sources within shared territory. This overlap creates constant survival pressure across the open plains. The rivalry sometimes appears in silent approaches toward den sites. When the adult wild dogs leave to hunt, a lion may move quietly into the area where the pups remain. Without any warning display, it makes a swift advance and then withdraws. That brief moment is enough to shift the state of the entire pack when they return. The situation changes when a lone lioness crosses the formation of the wild dogs. Instead of chaos, the pack quickly spreads out, constantly shifting positions to apply pressure from multiple angles. These movements force the opponent to keep turning to maintain distance. Recognizing the disadvantage against a coordinated group, the lioness lowers her body and retreats into dense brush. Even so, when a full-grown lion appears, the pack often yields its claim to avoid greater risk. Across the savanna, numbers can shape the situation, but they are never an absolute guarantee. This is how predators maintain balance within the natural order. In the harsh landscapes of Africa, a pack of wild dogs needs a target large enough to sustain the entire group. This time, the focus is an adult warthog, weighing around 200 pounds. It is a formidable opponent, with sharp tusks and strong reactions when pressured. Yet to experienced hunters, it remains a matter of position and timing. The lead dog signals, and the pack immediately spreads out, tightening the formation in a silent pincer movement. They do not rush in directly, but widen their spacing to control movement paths. Some individuals stay behind, while others move along the flanks to block escape routes. This coordination forces the target to change direction repeatedly across uneven ground. The pace of the chase quickly intensifies. The warthog accelerates, sending dust into the air with each stride. Even so, the wild dogs maintain a steady speed near 30 miles per hour, drawing the target into a prolonged effort. As its energy begins to fade, the distance gradually closes. In the end, collective advantage proves decisive. The target can no longer maintain its pace, bringing the extended pursuit to a close across the savanna. This outcome reflects the discipline and coordination of the pack. The reward stands as a testament to persistence and unity in the wild. At the remaining waterholes of Africa's dry season, the Nile crocodile rules as one of the most formidable ambush predators. A large individual can reach about 15 feet in length, able to remain fully concealed beneath murky water without a ripple. With a bite force of around 3,700 pounds per square inch, this patient hunter waits for thirsty travelers to approach. After a long chase across sun-baked ground, a pack of wild dogs is forced toward the water's edge to rehydrate. Fatigue lowers their guard as one individual moves closer in the muddy bank. The moment its head nears the surface, the still water suddenly erupts. A hidden presence surges upward with remarkable speed. The near miss immediately shifts the pack into a defensive response. Without panic, the wild dogs regroup, vocalize sharply, and rotate positions to apply pressure in return, allowing the exposed member to retreat. Sensing the loss of surprise, the crocodile quietly slips back beneath the surface. This encounter at the water's edge is a reminder that even a small misstep can carry serious risk. Yet strong coordination allows smaller predators to recover and avoid a disadvantage. Across the vast savannas, impalas push the limits of motion with powerful leaps, reaching up to about 30 feet. Their rapid, repeated changes in direction create a visual maze across the tall grass. Although African wild dogs feed on more than 10 different antelope species, impalas remain the most frequently targeted due to their high population density. When the pack identifies a target, they quickly establish a steady pursuit rhythm. The chase intensifies as the impala moves into thorny brush and suddenly shifts direction. The leading group spreads to the sides, allowing those behind to move forward and take position. The formation gradually tightens, limiting the available paths of escape. Under pressure, the impala launches into high leaps to clear obstacles, sometimes moving into shallow water in search of an opening. The wild dogs adjust instantly, accelerating and positioning themselves at the expected landing point. Coordination between flanking individuals and those in pursuit maintains constant pressure throughout the chase. Distance is controlled with precision at every stage of movement. The pursuit begins to settle as the impala can no longer maintain its initial rhythm. The advantage shifts to the group that sustains discipline and pace for longer. This is how wild dogs assert their place within the natural world. Along the forest edges of Africa, the leopard stands as a symbol of agility and control over space. Its powerful muscles allow it to haul prey weighing around 300 pounds up into branches more than 15 feet high to secure its catch. Yet encounters with wild dogs place this solitary hunter in a tense situation, where individual strength must face a tightly coordinated network. After completing a hunt on the ground, the leopard is soon approached by a pack of wild dogs forming a surrounding formation. They do not rush into direct contact, but move from multiple directions to maintain constant pressure. The overwhelming presence of numbers forces the big cat to abandon its catch and climb to safety. This moment reflects a clear loss of control for the leopard. In response, at another patch of grass, the leopard returns to what remains. It stays low and moves in close range, attempting to regain its earlier advantage. However, the pack reacts almost instantly. They regroup, tighten their formation, and control the space from multiple angles, forcing the leopard to withdraw again. Even highly adaptable solitary predators must adjust their approach. Survival here depends on the ability to respond to pressure coming from many directions. Beneath the skies of the Masai Mara, wildebeest move in great waves, forming a living wall across the grasslands. This migration is driven by the search for fresh grass and new water sources. With each individual weighing around 500 pounds, their dense formation creates a natural defense against many threats. Yet within this massive movement, a single animal falling out of rhythm can open a noticeable gap. The pursuit begins as more than 20 wild dogs quickly form up and maintain a steady chase across miles of savanna. Through clouds of dust that limit visibility, they communicate through body signals and constantly adjust positions. With highly efficient heart and lung function, along with strong heat management, the pack sustains consistent pressure throughout the run. They rotate the lead, conserve energy, and gradually reduce the target's advantage. As the wildebeest begins to lose speed, the rhythm of the pursuit shifts. The larger herd continues toward the horizon, while the encounter behind them quietly reaches its conclusion. In this demanding landscape, survival does not always belong to the strongest, but to the strategy resilient enough to turn an almost 80% success rate into a lasting advantage. From heights that nearly touch the clouds, the eagle dives with the authority of a sky-dominating predator. On the ground below, a single moment of delay can place any target in a vulnerable position. Its extraordinary vision allows it to lock onto a target before the other animal even senses the approaching presence. What makes the eagle one of the most formidable aerial predators in the wild? In Kasanka, Zambia, the fruiting season turns the forest into a living storm. More than 10 million fruit bats fill the canopy, creating a constant rush of wings and the heavy scent of ripe fruit in the air. For the crowned eagle, this is not just a time of abundance, it is a critical moment for the young waiting high in the nest. As dusk settles, the bats begin to leave their roost in the swamp forest. They can travel up to about 55 miles in a single night in search of food. But before darkness fully covers the canopy, the mother eagle is already in position. It does not rush into the chaos. It waits along the edge of the swarm, where a single misstep can briefly expose an individual. Then an opening appears. The crowned eagle lowers its altitude, gliding just above the leaves and compressing the hunt into a few intense seconds. In the tight forest, a slight error in angle can cost the opportunity. But this time, the timing is right. It breaks away from the swirling mass of bats and returns to the nest with food. In the forests of Africa, survival belongs to those who wait for the right moment. Across dry grasslands, one of the greatest sources of unease often comes from creatures without legs. Their defense lies within the mouth, neurotoxic venom that causes many predators to keep their distance. But for the brown snake eagle, that risk does not disappear. It is managed through distance, speed, and timing. This eagle hunts a wide range of snakes, from puff adders and boomslangs to cobras and black mambas. Some of these encounters turn every approach into a test of survival. Its advantage is not complete immunity, but a body adapted to reduce risk, dense feathering around the legs, and tough scales that help limit exposure during sudden reactions. On land, the brown snake eagle often watches from a high perch or an open rise, waiting for a snake to leave cover. Along the coastal regions of Malaysia, the rhythm changes. Sea snakes, often reaching around 5 feet in length, surface briefly to breathe or rest on warm rocks. In those short moments, a sea eagle can use its aerial advantage to move in. In the natural world, success does not belong to the most reckless, but to those who understand the exact moment to act. Few birds can turn the sky into a domain of their own, quite like the eagle. More than 60 species are found across high mountains, dense forests, and vast lakes and coastlines. From above, it fixes its gaze on a target with remarkable precision, waiting for the right moment to descend. Its wings press through the air, talons extend, and speed becomes the defining advantage of a ruler of the skies. For this reason, the eagle is not only a symbol of strength, but also a vital link in maintaining the balance of nature. On open grasslands, the hare is a small target, but never an easy one to approach. It survives through speed, constant awareness, and sudden changes in direction. When it senses danger, it can accelerate to around 40 miles per hour, turning a few brief seconds into a high-risk chase. For the golden eagle, the hare is an important source of energy across many habitats. In some breeding season studies, black-tailed jackrabbits make up a large portion of its diet, highlighting their role in sustaining this aerial predator. But high value does not mean an easy hunt. Each descent requires careful judgment of wind direction, distance, and the prey's zigzag path. In Idaho, the golden eagle's success rate is only about 20%, showing that every success demands patience. From the grasslands of North America to the dry heat of Africa, the eagle's challenges shift with each type of prey. Wild boars are known for their resilience, equipped with sharp tusks that cause many predators to stay cautious. For this reason, the martial eagle rarely engages directly. Opportunities often come from a young individual separated from the group, or one that briefly slows while crossing open ground. From above, the eagle reads movement before acting. It does not prevail through strength alone, but through timing, angle, and surprise. On the grasslands, every hunt becomes a test between the prey's speed and the predator's intelligence. Within the dense green layers of the South American rainforest, the harpy eagle does not need open skies to assert its dominance. It becomes a shadow of the canopy, where light is filtered through leaves, and every tree trunk forms a natural barrier. With talons reaching up to 5 inches in length, it is built for hunting in tight spaces. Its first rivals are monkeys, masters of movement through branches that remain constantly alert while foraging. With a shorter, rounded wingspan of about 6.5 feet, the harpy eagle moves through multiple canopy layers with powerful yet controlled wing beats. It follows the cover of foliage, holds just enough distance, then suddenly accelerates. The approach is brief and precise, leaving little time for the target to react or move away from the branch. But the harpy eagle does not focus on monkeys alone. It also watches for tree-dwelling animals, or a sloth clinging quietly among high branches. These animals rely not on speed, but on blending into the forest itself. The eagle must read the openings in the leaves, choose the right angle, and act at the exact moment. Here, power is not defined by noise, but by silence before the decisive moment. And with young waiting in the nest, each successful hunt becomes part of the cycle that sustains life within the rainforest. The sky does not only grant the eagle the freedom of flight, it also challenges it with the unforgiving limits of gravity. To hold its place as a ruler, it must learn to take on formidable targets. Mountain goats are masters of the cliffs. Their split hooves allow them to grip ledges only a few inches wide. With strong bodies often weighing over 60 pounds, more than 5 times the weight of an eagle, fully grown individuals are rarely easy targets. Yet in rugged terrain, those that become separated from the group create rare openings for an aerial hunter to use. A single miscalculated descent can become a costly lesson. When an eagle targets an adult goat along a steep slope, speed and incline can quickly turn advantage into risk. An approach that is too abrupt may cause its wings to strike the terrain, forcing it to lose control of its angle and break away. As late afternoon settles over the mountainside, the herd begins to regroup after a day of feeding. This time, the eagle does not rely on strength alone. With a dive exceeding about 150 miles per hour, it uses gravity along the edge of the cliffs to place the target at a disadvantage. Just a few seconds are enough to turn the terrain into an ally. The intelligence to harness the forces of nature for survival becomes an unseen crown, affirming the enduring position of a true highland ruler. Across cold grasslands and the edges of rocky mountains, the eagle does not limit itself to small prey. At times, it faces ground-based rivals, where territory, food, and instinct intersect. With a wingspan exceeding about 7 feet, it turns the sky into a vantage point, waiting for the right moment to move in. Wolves stand out for endurance, strength, and the ability to travel for miles across open terrain. But when a lone individual becomes exposed in open space, that advantage can fade within seconds. The eagle uses that brief moment to descend from behind, relying on speed and an estimated grip force of around 500 pounds in its talons to create sudden pressure. With a coyote, the situation becomes more tense around a recently claimed meal. This adaptable predator does not easily give up a meal. It pivots quickly, displays a powerful jaw, and reacts decisively when the eagle comes too close. Against an opponent ready to respond, the eagle often lifts back into the air, keeping its wings clear of danger. It is this respect for distance that allows each predator to maintain its place within the shared sky of survival. In the wild, African wild dogs do not rely on individual strength to survive. They maintain pace, adjust distance, and wait for small mistakes to appear. Even other competitors must think carefully before challenging that pack structure. Here, the advantage belongs to those who can hold their rhythm the longest. You can press like and subscribe to continue following the most intense hunts.